Welcome to Esoterisphere. Open your phone in the morning. Maybe you just want to check the weather, see if a friend messaged you, or glance at the news. But what do you actually see? Violence. Arguments. Headlines that scream about disaster. Strangers tearing each other apart in comment sections. It feels like the world is on fire, and everyone is standing around shouting at each other. And here's the strange part. It doesn't just happen once in a while. It's every time. Every scroll brings more outrage, more negativity, more division. If you've ever wondered why it feels like the world is getting more divided, more chaotic, and harder to navigate, it's because, from a Gnostic perspective, that's exactly what's happening. The Archons are hard at work. But who exactly are they? In Gnostic thought, the Archons are rulers. False powers who seek to control and confuse humanity. They aren't kings in the traditional sense. They don't wear crowns or sit on thrones. Instead, they rule through deception, distortion, and division. The Archons are described as cosmic gatekeepers. Forces that stand between humanity and the divine, keeping us locked in ignorance and distraction. They whisper lies. They cloud perception. They stir fear. And the more we buy into those illusions, the more trapped we become. For the ancient Gnostics, the Archons represented everything about the material world that tries to dominate the human spirit. Not just oppressive governments or corrupt rulers, but the very patterns of manipulation and control that keep us from realizing our true nature. So what does this look like today? Most of us aren't dealing with emperors or tyrants. The Archons don't need armies anymore. They've got subtler tools. They thrive in systems that reward outrage, fear, and division. Media that profits when you're angry. Platforms that keep you hooked by showing you the worst of humanity. Echo chambers that convince you that anyone who disagrees is your enemy. Every time you open social media and see endless arguments. Every time you scroll past violence and rage. Every time the news cycle pushes you toward despair, there's archonic energy at work. Not because Twitter or TikTok or YouTube is literally run by Archons, but because these systems amplify the very patterns the Archons embody. Division, fear, confusion. And it works. People lose friends and family over politics. They define themselves not by who they are, but by who they hate. They spend more energy defending their side than caring for their neighbor. The Archons don't care who wins those battles. They just care that we keep fighting. So, How do we resist? The first step is recognizing that the Archons aren't fought with violence or by defeating the other side. They're resisted by refusing to feed them. Think of it like this. The Archons thrive on your attention. The more you doom scroll, the more you argue, the more you let rage live rent-free in your head, the more you've already lost. So resistance begins with withdrawing their food source. Log off before the spiral starts. Stop letting every headline dictate your emotions. Don't get dragged into pointless online wars that leave everyone more bitter. But resistance isn't just turning things off. It's turning towards something better. The Gnostics taught that within each of us is a divine spark. A piece of higher truth that the Archons can't touch. When you cultivate awareness of that spark, the Archons lose their grip. This is where practices like meditation, prayer, silence in nature, or even journaling come in. They aren't just hobbies. They're shields against archonic influence. Every time you center yourself, breathe deeply, and remember that you are more than the chaos around you, you weaken their hold. Resistance isn't just about unplugging from negativity. It's about reconnecting with your true self. And here's a truth that might sound radical. Compassion is one of the strongest forms of resistance. The Archons want you to see your neighbor as the enemy. They want you to believe your family member who disagrees with you is hopeless. They want you divided, angry, and unwilling to see humanity in the other. But when you choose empathy, when you talk to someone with curiosity instead of hostility, you're breaking the script. You're refusing to play the Archon's game. Every act of kindness, every moment of genuine connection, is an act of rebellion against the powers of division. So what does this look like day to day? It looks like stepping away from your phone when the feed is designed to enrage you. It looks like going outside, putting your feet in the grass, and remembering the earth is older and wiser than the latest headline. It looks like lighting a candle in the quiet of your room, reminding yourself that the spark within is brighter than the noise around you. It looks like smiling at a stranger, or reaching out to a friend, instead of sinking deeper into despair. Small acts, but they ripple outward. They weaken the Archon's influence not just over you, but over the world around you. The world feels like it's tearing apart. And maybe, in some ways, it is. But it doesn't have to. Resisting the Archons doesn't mean fighting harder than your neighbor, shouting louder than the other side, or proving yourself right on the internet. It means refusing to play their game at all. It means remembering who you are. It means choosing peace, compassion, and clarity in the middle of the noise. The Archons lose when you refuse to let them define your reality. And remember, your divine spark is untouchable. When you turn inward and reclaim it, no ruler, no system, no force of division can hold you. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, let's keep the conversation going. How do you see the Archons at work in your life? What steps do you take to resist their influence? Let me know in the comments. And please, do me a favor and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell. Small acts like these help the algorithm decide to show our videos to a wider audience, and they mean the world to me. And above all else, stay awake. Stay kind. And resist the Archons by being fully, beautifully human.